Hey guys, I'm a Dimension Jump and today I'll be reviewing Astro Bot, which was released back in September of last year for the PlayStation 5. Now, this game is basically a sort of expansion, sort of. It's kind of like its own thing of the Astro's Playroom demo that you can get for the PlayStation 5. And the main story is that the PlayStation 5 ship crew, so Astrobot, and all the other bots that includes like some of the PS5 or the PlayStation representatives, so like Aloy from Horizon, Kratos from God of War, Joker from Persona, and many others are on the PS5 mothership, and they are attacked by this giant green alien guy who steals like the main sort of like power of the PlayStation ship, and it's up to Astrobot to not only repair and fix the mothership of the PlayStation 5, but also go around the galaxy and just find all of the other bots, and they can appear in different or a variety of the levels. So you'll find like a main bunch of them in the main levels, and then you might find like two or three in some of these side levels as you continue playing through the game. And this, I would say, is a very charming game because you're just playing a character who's like this big, and you're just going through all these different worlds and levels and just experiencing like how each level is different and unique, because this game is kind of like PlayStation's answer to Mario in a weird sort of sense, because if you look at the Mario games that are released over the last few years and even back in like the 80s and 90s, you can see that Mario is a very platformy based sort of game, and that's I think what brings the charm of that to Astrobots, because a lot of the levels, or pretty much all the levels, have that sort of platformy feel to it, and it's just you going around these sort of like big sandboxy type levels and just finding different all the different components for your ship, as well as puzzle pieces and different kind of bots you can find throughout the level. And that's so cool and great. And I do like how whenever you do find a unique bot, because in the levels, depending on which one you're in, you might find two unique bots, or if you're playing through some of the last few levels, like the levels with whenever you're going in to find a component for your ship, the entire level will be filled with unique bots, and you can find them throughout the whole level. And that's so cool, and I think that's really fun, because each level will have a different amount of bots. Like I think in the basic levels there's like 7, in some of the secret harder levels there's like 1, and that's so cool. And I do like how with each of the unique bots there's like a little description. So like for example with Joker, it'll be like Phantom Bot or something like that, and you never see it coming, and it's based on something that they do in the game, or something that's based around their game, and that's so cool. And yeah, and I do like it's just such a fun game, and I think it's a good expansion of the demo of Astro's Playroom, and yeah, so cool and so fun. And now it's time for some gameplay. So with the game, when you first start up, you will have like the crash site where you will first start off at, and then you'll have this area unlocked, and then the more stuff you find and collect, you'll get more and more of the areas. So then you've got this area, and this area is known as the Lost Galaxy, and this can be found in some of the levels in the game. So I think like 2 or 3 areas can have levels to the Lost Galaxy area. It's just you have to find them. It's kind of like in like, let's say, the 2D Mario games, where you have to find like different warp pipes to World 7 or World 6 or World 5 and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm just going to quickly just go into a particular level to show you how. Hang on, I should probably go to one of the new levels, because I want to show you, like, in terms of when it comes to like collecting the bots. So for example, yeah, you will find like you can find like hidden levels in the game or in each area. So yeah, and you can find like different things. Like you have like these like sort of like small levels which can have like different things. So they're all like basically different things. So you've got like the retro like levels, which are basically kind of like 8-bit sort of levels in like a sort of like a 3D space. And in these sort of levels, you basically have to basically defeat all the enemies in the game, and then you can get the bot or the specific bots in that particular level. And they're basically able to run complete levels, and if I can, yeah, you can get different power-ups depending on, I think, whichever one you're in. So for this one's a chicken, and that can basically just help you like get higher, higher space and stuff like that. So yeah, you can also have the spin attack, which is really useful, especially against the flying enemies whenever the orange enemies whenever they land down. So yeah, and a lot of the power-ups, and look, oh, there I go. So yeah, a lot of the places you can use, like the spin attack, is very useful. And yeah, so I'm going to quickly show you like what when you do get a specific bot. So once you do beat all of the enemies, you will get a particular bot from a particular game at the end of the level. And also, I don't know if you can hear this, but oh, they're gone. But anyway, the whole point was like, whenever you do beat enemies, you can like, especially with these levels, you can like hear like the rattling of the sound through the controller. So yeah, and also when you do collect a character, they will go into the PS5 controller, like the main sort of like hub area. And also, if you look closely, you can move it about, and if you do like move particular parts, this is just me just smooth the controller about, the controller in the game will move as well. And you can also do this as well, just throw the bots. And if you look at the top left hand corner, it will say like which bot, or reference to the bot from the particular game. So yeah, and also the controller is also like this sort of like small like rocket, which is really cool, and it just really helps you get from place to place. So yeah, and also I'm going to quickly show you just a few more things. For example, the crash site area is really cool. I do like it. I think it's a really cool like hub area that you can go to. So once you collect a certain amount of bots, they will arrive at the crash site. And if you push triangle, you can summon the bots to you, and that's really cool. I think that's quite cool and clever. And if you don't push triangle, all the bots will go to their designated areas. So over there, you've got the God of War area. You've got like the Solid Snake Metal Gear area. You've got Dante. You've got like Uncharted, and you've got like Persona, that sort of stuff. And also, a really cool thing: if you hit a particular bot, they'll do like a small animation, and that's really cool and quite cute. But you can only do that if they've got a particular item that you got from the gacha machine over here. So you can only do that with different characters. So for example, it's still with Joker, I was able to do that. But with this character, I can't do that particular animation until I've collected the item that they would use from that particular game. So yeah, and just to, as a quickly just the final thing to show off is the character specific levels, because there is depending on which one you finish off, you will do a particular area based on a specific character. So for this one in particular I'm showing you, it's from God of War Ragnarok, and it's really, really cool because it's pretty much based on God of War Ragnarok, to the point where in levels like this one, like the God of War one, there's also an Uncharted one, and other ones, you can gain the ability of that character from the game. And also this is a really cool cutscene, it's really quite funny one. See, there will be cutscenes like this where just like Astro will gain a particular ability. So for this one, he will be getting the powers of Kratos. Well, specifically, you can use the Leviathan axe. So you can just summon it and just use it like how you use it in Ragnarok and the 2018 game. So you can throw it gets pulled back to you. You can make some enemies frozen, and you can hit enemies on the way back, just like in 2018 and Ragnarok. And also there's a secret area, well, several secret areas you can find. So this one, I believe, is where you find Anchor Boda, I was about to say Freya there. And then there's also another secret area, and it's when you first meet the Mir in the 2018 game. And I believe it's somewhere in this first part of the level. Oh, it's over there, yeah. So yeah, and you can get there. So I'm going to show you another really cool thing that this level has, when you compare to the other ones. Oh, well, there's Charlie, who's like Freya's turtle friend. So there's that. And it's here, there we go. So yeah, I want to show you the final bits that I wanted to show you. So this is the final area I want to show you, which is basically sort of like the area. Oh no, this is like the Raven area, I believe. And also, you can find the like 8 ravens of Odin that you can find in both 2018 game and Ragnarok. It's really cool because like it's that attention to detail that what makes this game really cool and clever. Because if they didn't do that, if they didn't have levels like this, and they didn't put that levels of detail in the game, I feel like this game would still be fun, but it wouldn't have that like little like excitement moments, like moments in which you would like that. You should just throw Astro to destroy a health stone. It's stuff like that which makes this stuff cool and has a little bit of charm to it. So yeah, so that's been it for the gameplay. Now to get back to the review. So overall, Astro Bot is one of those games that I feel like comes around every few years that just blows everyone's mind out of the water. I would say it's similar to Super Mario Wonder in a similar sense, in that with Mario Wonder, it continues the 2D elements of other Mario games or other 2D Mario games, but it kind of takes the formula of like games like the original Mario game, the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and just redefines it a bit. And you can kind of see that with Astro Bot in a similar sense, because that's a game that's filled with platforming and just going from the first part of the level to the end part of the level, and just experiencing all these different unique worlds, and just experiencing what kind of levels you might have to try and go through, and what kind of power-ups you might need to use. Because I think what makes this game really, really, really cool and stand out is the different power-ups, because a lot of the power-ups are kind of expansions of the power-ups you can get in Astro Bot. So that's like there's not a level, there's a power-up that makes you climb up higher, a power-up that can make you go forward, like in a forward thrusting sort of movement, kind of like a torpedo in a sort of sense. And there's a power that can make you go into a ball, that sort of thing. And yeah, they're so cool. And I think that's the charm of these levels. And I think one of my favorite power-ups in the game is in this level where is where you become this sort of like sponge man sort of thing, or sponge bot. And whenever you absorb water, you just become this giant sponge, and that's probably my favorite power up, just because it looks so cool and adorable 1 minute, and then when you get water, you just become this giant, intimidating bot sponge, and it still looks adorable. But imagine something like that just coming towards you, just the sponge that can probably drown you with its water. And yeah, and all the power ups are really cool for their own puzzles. For example, I'm bringing this back again, but the sponge power up, what I do like about it is that it can help you not only get to higher places, but also put out fires and stuff. So that really helps you explore the world of the particular level that you get the power up in. And it's so cool. And I think as the game as a whole, it's just a really fun, enjoyable level. And again, it's one of those levels that it's one of those games that's really, really unique and blows everyone's mind out of the water. And it even won Game of the Year, so that's really cool. And I do hope we get more games like Astro Bot, like whether that's a sequel or a game that takes or has an element that's inspired by Astro Bot, because this game is so cool, and I do like how each world and each area is unique, and there are little to no repeats. There are like some repeats, but those repeats do feel unique in their own style. And yeah, because for example, there's like some spooky areas. Like there's like one that's like full of like these invisible floating platforms, and there's like another one later on in the game which has some similar areas which have like invisible platforms. But you've also got like these ghosts as well, and you've also got like these other things as well, and that's so cool and it's so fun and it feels refreshing. So yeah, so that's been my review for Astro Bot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.